Okay, alright. Dealing with the goddamn Twilight Zone here. I can't upload videos from my fucking phone anymore because when I go to YouTube, I click and it's like, I don't know nothing. It's like, okay. Sometimes it knows something, sometimes it don't know nothing. It's weird as hell. So you have to just upload it to the computer first and then just upload it, screencast it, or airdrop it to the computer and then upload it to the internet from the computer, but not from the phone. Because my iPhone 10 is just getting stupider and stupider. So, anyways, as a result of that, I need to use a different like fucking shirt or whatchamacallit, pillow covering. Every single day I do a video because I keep uploading the same freaking video over and over again. I'm like, why? Oh, that's interesting. The same video. It's the same time. No, it's not. It's the same freaking video. And I remember recording the video this morning, but then the video disappeared and it got replaced by 2 videos where I'm talking about lifting weights. Crazy as shit. All right, so I'm just going to record the video again, but then I'm going to upload it right away. I thought I did that this morning. It's hard to stay on top of things, man. So anyways, talking all over again because I was looking at the video. It's like the only video, the other video. And I click on the ground and I'm talking about lifting. Like the fuck? So, okay, so what happened yesterday? I got up at 8. No. Yeah. I got up like kind of early or late, 11, and then my mom came over and hung out for a couple hours with my roommate and I. Then we went to the gym. No. Then I rode my bike. And I rode my bike 50 miles. This is super frustrating for me. I hate doing the same video twice because it's like I'm saying the same thing. So then I rode 50 miles. The first hour and a half, I was okay, and then I got tired, and then I got really tired, and then I had to stop because I could barely even push the fingers, the cranks around. So, so then I went to the store, and I felt really tired at the store, like wasted, and so I came home and had juice for dinner. I bought, what are those fancy Safeway juices, and then and a Kai juice, and I like drank both of them. So I super love juice after my rides when I'm tired. So so yesterday was a magical day because I opened up my trunk, not my trunk. I open up my drawer and I see a joint there. And I'm like, oh my God, a perfectly preserved joint. So I pick up the joint and I smoked it. Got really high and then I rode the bike, but I know that was a joint that I missed a few months ago. Like something happened at like 1 second the joint was there and then I was like, where's the joint? It was gone, but it was not a big deal because I had another joint. So then I kind of forgot about it. So that's kind of where the joint came from. It did some kind of cosmic like orbit or something and then ping, but it was like literally right on top. It was crazy. I opened up this drawer. And I think I even put something in the drawer. I like threw something in the drawer, and maybe when I threw it in the drawer, it like popped it and it flew around and anything. I'm like, what? A joint? Okay, like perfectly preserved. So then I'm riding the bike, and I got really tired, and then I stopped pedaling, and so I decided to stop riding. But I wasn't looking at the bike computer, and it was 50.02 miles, which is trippy as hell because the way I think. Or I'm not like that anymore, but the way I used to think is like I'd want to ride 50 miles, right? So if I'm like at 48 miles, I'm like, come on, man, 2 more miles. I guess it's kind of like was burnt into me from actual real riding because you actually do have to go that 2 miles or else you're not going to get home. On a rollers, it's different. You can get off whenever you want, but it's just this quirk I had, like 50 miles, 75, 100. Anyway, so on average, normally, if I had been looking at the computer, I probably would have gone for that 50 miles and I would have stopped. So without even looking at it, I said, and then I was like, what? 50.02 is crazy as hell because it's probably the same as I would have been if I had looked at it. It's like magical. So there's 2 magical things right in the row, so it's cool. And so anyway, then I lie down and I go to sleep. And I don't go to sleep. I had insomnia until about 6 in the morning, right about when the sun comes up. I pretty much don't sleep at night as a rule. I just don't. I'm like this. And the more at night it is, the more awake I am. It gets to the point where I'm just like, but I'm not rested. So then the day comes and I'm just like gone. So then that's when I sleep. I'm like, oh look, day. That's how it works. So then I'm up at like 11. So I sleep from like 6 to 11 or something. So my mom came. So then yeah. Oh, I mean this morning, right? Oh shit. That was the video for yesterday. But I'm not going to say what I did today because that's for my video for tomorrow. So this is the video from what I did yesterday. I'm not going to say what I did today. It was a rest day. But this is the video for yesterday, which I couldn't upload because like my computer, I couldn't upload it right away because like when I was riding my bike, I didn't know how the hell I was trying to push buttons to make it so that I could see stuff on the screen, but I didn't even remember what the hell. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's just, listen to music on the phone. It was really fun because it was really high. And then if I want to like use the computer there, I can put it in the front and like look at the computer, like if the phone runs out of energy or something. And then I plugged the computer so it wouldn't die, but I plugged the wrong thing. I plugged, because it looks the same. It's both USB-C. I plugged the contact connector to the like switcher or something, but it wasn't the power. So the computer ran out of power. But I didn't notice because I was just listening to the phone the whole time. But then this morning or last night when I wanted to upload it to the computer, I tried the computer because the computer turned off. All of a sudden it didn't want to do screen capture. And now when I do screen capture, it's like totally different. Actually, I think I have to make like the words are tiny. Like sometimes the words are okay, sometimes the words are tiny. I need to go in there and see all the different screen captures, but it like likes to reprogram itself if the battery dies. So I didn't figure that out right away. So I wasn't able to upload the video because I can't upload videos on my cell phone because the cell phone can't find the video. So, and I couldn't upload it here because I couldn't screencast because I was too busy doing other things. So maybe that's why it took me forever to upload video, screencast it. And that's how I screwed up and I ended up putting the wrong video up. Or maybe it was the right video, but every time I didn't want to watch the whole thing again. I don't want to waste the time, but I turned it on and I'm talking about lifting. I'm like, but this is the video from yesterday. I'm talking about the writing. What am I? So I don't know what the hell. So I need to get these videos up right away. So, anyway, all right, fuck it. We'll just wrap yesterday and today in together as one video. It's not my fault. I do videos every day. It's this motherfucking video. The videos, like, where'd it go? It disappeared. So, so what I did today is I got up kind of late, slept all night. I mean, I was awake all night until like sunrise because I don't sleep at night. No matter how tired I am, I just don't sleep at night. It just doesn't happen. I don't know what the problem is. So then I slept in the morning instead, and because you need at least a couple of hours of REM. So then I got up and I was like organizing my room for a really long time because I have a bookshelf there, and they're both like totally filled with stuff, and I don't even know what the hell anything is or where anything is. So I was going in there and like looking at things, and I was sticking like Velcro on things and picking them on the wall, and I was screwing like hooks into the wall all over the place and hanging them, and like I hung my weightlifter belt right there on the wall, and I hooked my bike wall lock up onto the wall of my bookshelf, and organizing, and it wasn't all done. Then my mom suddenly came before I wasn't done because she was gonna like hang out, and we were gonna go like, she was gonna like help me clean my refrigerator. But then we decided to just go into Costco. So we went to Costco and I got like $250 worth of food, and then got some crickets for my geckos because the UPS people, they like, even though I was here, all I saw was a little note that said, "Your crickets." I'm like, oh my God, I ordered those like a week ago. They're dead now. Like, go up and pick them up. So we had to go to the pet store. I hate to say this, but my gecko's not dying, man. Like, leopard geckos are only supposed to live 4 or 5 years. I've had this thing for like 7 years. Whoever says that leopard geckos live 4 or 5 years is lying. They live like fucking 10 years. My leopard gecko's been alive forever. My other one died last year because he got stuck and I didn't release him. I thought he was going to get out, and I felt so bad. And then he killed him. So he wore himself out. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, so I needed a rest day today because, like, I was just sore. like sore and tired, and plus I need to organize my room, so it's like sore and tired, boom, jump in, do that organization. So, but I can't take 2 rest days in a row. My body is really like conglomerated, coagulated would be a good way to say it. Like if you're young and athletic, I'm trying to describe what I feel like if you're young and athletic. If you're young and athletic, imagine if you like injected a bunch of like goop into your blood so that everything was slow and goopy and like stiff. Like you're stiff. Everything's stiff. Like you have to walk. Like look at a 90-year-old person walks like that. And I think the reason for that is I've just got a whole bunch of literal goop all over. I've got like crap just all over, like blah, that I need to get out. It's like toxins, and so I feel toxic. Like I went over and my mom dropped me off, and then I had to go mow the lawn for a couple hours, and it was all the way into the dark. It was the first time I was mowing a lawn dark. I couldn't see anything. It was crazy. But then I come home and oh my God, I lost my train of thought. There was a story behind this. Oh yeah, the goopiness. So I come back and I'm walking into my room and I just felt like I was gonna barf. That's the best way to describe it. You feel like you're gonna barf, like your whole body, you're gonna feel like you're gonna barf, but there's nothing in your stomach. So, and I think the feeling of that is when you feel like you're gonna barf, it's just the feeling of being toxic. Like your body's like, we need to get all of this out. So, I'm going to just tomorrow. I'd like to think that I'd like to go running, but that would be a bad idea. I can't run. I think I weighed myself the other day and I was 191 pounds, and it's kind of heavy. Most of that is blubber, right? No muscles. So I don't think I'm going to run until I'm under 180 because it's just too depressing. It's just, plus I'll fuck up my left calf, and it's just too hard. Like my back hurts, and I'm not fit enough. And if I get down to under 180 from riding the bike and swimming and lifting weights even, but with the lifting weights, because I've dealt with so much muscle atrophy, I'm actually probably it's gonna take me a while to lose weight, because as I'm losing fat, I'm gonna be gaining muscle, and muscle's heavier than fat. So, most people are like, they can gain lots of weight, lose lots of weight, but I even it out because I'm fat and muscle. So, I'll probably be like 190 for a while, and then I'll be in the 180s for a really long time. I mean, it might be like a month before I go running, even for the first time, if that's the rule. I mean, it could be a month before I get down to under 180, and that's if I'm training my ass off, like 8 hours a day. It'll still take me a month to get under 180 pounds. So, but I mean, if I'm fit and I'm 185 pounds, then I'll go running. Obviously, because the fact of the matter is, the sooner I start running, the better off I'm going to be in the long run, because I have a torn calf, left calf. I don't know. Well, I sprained my ankle 20 years ago. Maybe it was from that. I don't know. But I have a torn calf. Probably is. But I have a torn calf. And so every time I run, my calf tears. And I have to limp home, like to the point where I can't even walk. And then it takes a week at least. I mean, it would probably take a week to get it to where I can walk, and 2 weeks until I can even try to run again. So it's like run 1 kilometer, calf tear, wait 2 weeks, run 2 kilometers, calf tear, wait 2 weeks, run 3 kilometers, calf tear. So if I'm lucky, I'm going to do the Ironman, the half Ironman on August 10th here in Boulder. It's a half Ironman, so I have to run 13 miles, half of a marathon. If I can run 13 miles within 3 months, because it's 3 months from now, like, I'll be very pleased with myself. And I don't mean run like as a body. I mean, if my left calf can run for 13 miles, if I can complete the triathlon, I'll be very pleased with myself, because my calf is like, seems to be severed in half. It's crazy. So I think it was from that thing, but that's just like a flesh tear. I'm hoping that I can fix that. So, tugging for 14 minutes. So this is for 2 days. So it was for yesterday where I rode 50 miles, and then today was a day off because the freaking video disappeared. Because I can't upload this with my phone. So tomorrow I'm going to try to ride because my muscles are still sore. I'm going to give more than 1 day off for my muscles to heal, because it's also a little bit taxing on the body when you're trying to like heal your whole body from the riding and everything. And on top of that, like all these muscles are sore. Like, yeah, so that's a good excuse just not to lift weights. So tomorrow I'm going to get on the bike as early as I can, but I'm going to stretch first, because today I was thinking about stretching after I got back from playing a lot. I was way too tired. So I'd like to do it tomorrow morning, because I want to do it for an hour, at least an hour in the morning when I get up. I stretch mainly the hamstrings that I want to stretch, and I stretch my hams all over, but I stretch my hams. I have a demo on my YouTube channel. Just type stretch demo on my main YouTube channel. I'll show it. It's like half hour long, but you know, after maybe 2 hours, my calves start to get actually less limber, because I stretch them so much they get sore and then they get tight. And once that happens, I stop stretching, you know, and I pick it up the next day. So I'm going to get in the habit of that. So I'm going to stretch for an hour tomorrow, and then I'm going to ride my bike as long as I can. Now, I'm pretty wasted. Like, you know, back in 2017 when I got my road bike, I was riding 100 miles a day on that for like a while. And then even like 3 weeks, I think, or something. And was that long ago? Oh, my God. Because I put it on my streaming channel. You can see it now. But like I couldn't do that now. But the thing is, like back then I was still working. I was still washing windows intermittently, riding my bike to places and going up and down ladders. So I was exercising. But since like 2018, I haven't been exercising at all. Like at all. Like less than I ever have. So I started to go down precipitously. Not because of age, even though I'm getting older, you go down precipitously anyway, but because I wasn't exercising at all for the first time in my life. I mean, I was pretty much barely exercising, but it was still like a little bit, like maybe even more than the average person, I don't know. But, and then it just went, the exercise just dropped off, and so my fitness kind of went along with it. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to ride 100 miles tomorrow, like to be honest. I don't think it's going to happen. I think to ride 50 miles tomorrow would be just about as I had 50 miles yesterday, which was like all I could do. And I was high off my ass yesterday, which makes it easier if you're out of shape. Marijuana is a performance enhancing drug if you're way out of shape, because it makes you forget about how out of shape you are, and it makes you just focus on the music and hammer to your heart's content. If you're in shape, marijuana is a performance decreaser because it gives you asthma and it lowers your blood sugar than your concentration. But when you're out of shape like me, it's definitely good. So so because of that, because I'm not going to be on weed tomorrow, I don't know, maybe I won't be able to, but we'll see. Goal is to stretch an hour and to ride 50 miles tomorrow. If I can do those two things, I'm on my way up. I'm going. And so what's my prediction of how my body will feel day after tomorrow if I ride my bike 50 miles tomorrow and I stretch for an hour? I would say I could probably do 50 miles the day after tomorrow, but then I'm going to be wasted, and I'm going to have to take a day off. But my upper body will probably be good, so then I can just go in the gym. So I'll probably do 50 miles for the next 2 days, and then I'll go into the gym. Oh, I have a new technique of weightlifting, and I think everybody should do this because it makes it a whole lot more clear as to how much people are actually lifting. Just add total weight lifted. I got the idea from the geriatric lady. I was checking out people. I found some like 71-year-old lady named Mary Dugan, I think her name is. There's two of them, but she's doing legs presses competition with some 18-year-old boy, and she's like bragging that she won the leg press, and she's like, because I lifted 15,000 pounds in 3 minutes. I'm like, what? Oh, right, because you got the weight, and then you I'm going to do that. So I got all of my things, and I think I was like 82,500 pounds lifted in 2 hours. So, yeah, I'm going to do it like that from now on. You just go in, and so if it's like you bench press 135 pounds, 3 sets of 10, that's 30 reps times 135, and that's how many pounds you lift, right? And then you add it all together with all your exercises, and then that's how you work out. Now, and then you put it on the top, and if you do that, then people can get an idea. So, and it'll also motivate you. It's like, can I do 100,000 pounds today? And then that means it'll encourage you to work different muscles, muscles that are fresh, which will make you more of a well-rounded bodybuilder. So I think it's a good technique. So anyways, let's keep this under 10 minutes. So that, yeah, 10 minutes for yesterday and 10 minutes for yesterday. It works out great. So tomorrow, 50 miles and an hour of stretching. Talk to you tomorrow.